Now, the impacts of social innovations has been felt in Africa in different areas. I give typical examples of what has happened from the African Youth Innovation Challenge program, which I run. One is a young innovator in Ghana who has invented M-pedigree technology, which actually helps rural people to be able to identify fake drugs. You know, you buy a drug over the counter. A lot of drugs in rural African countries are not by prescription. People go to buy these drugs, and in many cases they buy fake drugs that actually aggravates the illness instead of helping to solve it. And it's managed to produce a technology that will help them to use their mobile phones to be able to receive advice on whether the drug in your hand is fake or not fake. That's a big breakthrough. Now, the M-Pesa technology in Kenya is another one where just because people have to work and remit money to their rural villages, and sometimes you are remitting 100 shillings, which is just nothing. And then to transport yourself and find a way of taking this money home, you spend almost that amount of money because of poor transport infrastructure. And a brilliant student came up with the M-Pesa technology, which is basically mobile money, which is now revolutionizing the banking industry in Kenya and East Africa, also globally. So a lot of financial transfers are happening through the mobile technology now. Then another one is what we are working with the USDA at the moment on land potential knowledge systems, basically trying to bridge the gaps of the failures in extension services, where up-to-date knowledge of potentials of soils and agricultural crops and so on are not are readily accessible by the rural farmers, because we have relied on extension services where people have to go there, and there are cultural barriers because most extension services are provided by men, and women will not have access to them because of cultural restrictions in many African communities. So here we're using smart technologies, smartphones, to be able not only to provide that information, but also have the farmers participate in shaping soil science globally in terms of how they have to use the soils, climate response strategies, and meteorological information. So farmers can now be able on the spot to receive best available agricultural information service.